All right, so good evening, everybody. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. Um, just came back here again today. Um, wanted to make another video. Just something I wanted to kind of talk about, and uh, and I'm just kind of bored to be honest. It's Saturday night for me. I'm not just getting off work, but I'm getting off work recently. I was going to go out, but I said, you know what? Yes, Mojo. Everybody say hi to Mojo. I guess he wants to be acknowledged. So say hello to your viewers, Mojo. You want to go up here? All right, okay, all right. Come on. All right, so I think he's happy now. He's got his moment of fame. He gets his pets. So that's my boy. That's my boy. So anyway, yes, Mojo. Yes. I see you. I see you. I know. I completely see you. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge your presence. All right. Yes, I love you too. Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day? Hmm? Hmm? So anyway, um, yeah, I wanted to make a video. It's Saturday night for me. Like I was saying, I was gonna go out, but I said, let me just. Yeah, he said he's got allergies too. Um, but I said, let me just come home and kind of just be in my own space. I kind of wanted to kind of go out and loosen up and you know just kind of loosen up a little bit and get out and have fun. But then again, I kind of didn't, So I ended up just coming here um, and just calling it a night basically. Um, so I might do something tomorrow night. I'm not really sure. Um, like I said, just still going through some little bit, stuff, um, just a lot on my mind that I've been thinking about, processing a lot. So kind of here and there a little bit, but for the most part, um, I'm straight. Just how life be lifing, and just be so many things kind of going through your head, and you processing so many things, and at the same time you're trying to kind of focus on your goals and your vision, and you're trying to manifest your vision and your reality. Well, it's just like I said, it's just lifing really. That's what life is. It's a happening. It's just something happening, and infinitely spreading out in all different directions, all possibilities always happening. So I'm just here for it to unfold, and you know do my part to steer it and direct it, as I see fit. Um, whatever that looks like to me, whatever fulfills me. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, life just life, and then just been thinking a lot. But I wanted to make this video. Really, I'm directing it towards men, but it could also apply to women too because it's the same principle. So I just wanted to talk about how I feel that it's so important for us as men, specifically, but again, it can also apply to women, to vet the types of people that we, allow into our life, especially if it's romantically, because it's so important. I feel like we have to do better, and with you know what type of women we allow into our lives, and genuinely and truly like vet these women, and when they do things that we can feel in our soul is a huge red flag, but for whatever reason we kind of just look past it. Me, one of my biggest flaws is I'm extremely patient and understanding, and because there's a part of me that's so loving of just, other versions of, I guess you could say, consciousness and understanding. Um, with my last relationship, I basically had to learn that, man, I had to basically learn that you basically you can't trust everybody. Basically, some people, they really just are in a weird space to where they lose the ability to take accountability and to be honest with themselves and to truly honestly see the other person as himself. And when you can't be honest with yourself and you can't take accountability for what you're really doing and acknowledge what you're doing, um, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. So, I kind of lost my thought for a second. I'm sorry, but basically, like I've said, we as men, we have to really start vetting these women and what they do and how they act and really how they make us feel. Like when you're dealing with somebody, if they are, they're making you feel uneasy, they're doing things that don't sit right with your soul. There, you can feel when you can't truly trust a woman. It's I feel like this is true as a man. When you're dealing with somebody and you can just kind of sense if they're like that. You know what I'm saying? If they would do something, like you can feel it in your spirit. You can feel it in your. Like I said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm extremely intuitive and extremely um. What's another word for it? I'll just say aware. And I'm really good at reading people. I mean, really good at reading people. I mean, it's kind of scary sometimes how accurate I am, and I be knowing stuff that I'm not just saying this. I be just knowing stuff about people. I'll be knowing stuff that I shouldn't know, and I just leave it at that. So that's what I say. And like I said, maybe I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure other people are intuitive like this as well. So you know what I'm talking about. But I'm really good at kind of, I guess you could say, reading someone's energy or soul, and I can know that somebody is not necessarily necessarily a trustworthy person, but I can kind of sense and see all their trauma and pain too. So I try to see them past their trauma and past their pain. And the reason that I'm so patient and way too patient to my own detriment is because I look past the version of themselves that they're showing me right now, and I look at who is underneath that. But sometimes they don't allow themselves to come through what they are right now. You see? And so I'm tripping, sorry. And so when that happens, I'm stuck with the person that they are right now and refuse to, you know, not be or not change. I'm not saying that I'm trying to come and change people or not like that. But what I am saying is that some women that we deal with, we know that there's some really toxic things about them, but because we care so much and have such a big heart, and we're so caring and understanding, we take so much abuse and disrespect sometimes because we can see just how just we can see the person before all the trauma. We can see them without the trauma. We have the ability to see them. We have the ability to sense and see a completely different version of that person without seeing them, like in this space and time. I guess you could say it like that. So I was looking at this person I was with in a different space and time. You know, I was looking at a person of them that had risen above like their lower nature, and I was dating that version of them. Look, completely looking past the version that they were showing me right now. I was in love with a ghost of another reality, basically, a completely different reality. You know, and that's I think some of our, and women do this too. Like we'll be in love with, you know, a version of this person that only existed in our mind. You know what I'm saying? And women, y'all do this too. Like you know, you'll be in love with somebody, but in reality, they're not really that person. They're that person in your mind, but in this space and time, that's not the same person. And so that's why I'm just saying that it's extremely important, in my opinion, to really vet these people and really pay attention to what they're doing and what they're showing us, and basically not be afraid to walk away. And it's hard, and this is one of the biggest things that I had to learn with this. And I had learned it before this last relationship, but I had to really, you know, stand on business when it came to, like, you know, really following through with that, you know, and not going back, because I did kind of like backtrack a couple times with the situation, but I had to realize and like be like, look, man, I had to be honest with myself and be like, this is not good for your mental health. This is extremely detrimental to you. It's not good for your soul, and this interaction, this, you know, this connection is draining you, my guy. It's draining you, son. It's draining all of your life force. It's slowly draining your life force. It's slowly making you feel bad. I'm sure it was probably prematurely aging me. It's just the relationship was very parasitic. I feel this was a parasitic type being, person, whatever you want to call them. You know, that's just what I felt. You know, and you know, but again, I was looking past all that because I was, you know, again, I was dating a ghost. I was dating a completely different version of the person that was here in this space and time. So, you know, it's like they say, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And like I said, it's so important to learn, us men, to simply learn how to walk away and respect ourselves enough to just simply say, you know what, man, this ain't it. And really, really standing in that, and honoring that, you know? And, you know, I get it. It's not always hard to walk away from a woman, especially like if you're, if you're not that great when it comes to dating. Maybe you're not that confident in your ability to meet women, because we do live in a very superficial world, and you know, I'm guilty of it. I have not always been the most confident guy. Just when it comes to like meeting, you know, I'll talk, but you know, I've never been the type to just walk up to somebody, and you know, I've just never done that. And the few times I have, it didn't go very well, to be honest. So, I'm not the most like confident type of dude. So like, it's, you know, for some people, it can be harder to walk away because you may think, well, maybe I'm not that attractive as other people, and then you start thinking, you know, what if I walk away and she just moves on? Which she very well may, and she probably will, because most women today, they don't have enough humility, and they rather than take accountability for what they're, or at least try to understand where you're coming from when you do that. Well, why would he do that? Why would he not want to, you know, because, you know what I'm saying? Rather than actually seriously take a look at themselves, while you look at yourself, they would rather just say, oh, you know, I don't care, or, you know, something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll never look at themselves. Rather than look at themselves and question what they're doing that's causing problems in the relationship, they would rather just discard the entire relationship and just find somebody else new that won't hold them accountable, right? So, I kind of lost my thought. I'm sorry. But basically, it's important to, like I said, be able to walk away. But I understand when it's not, because again, maybe you feel like you're not, what I'm saying, like, what if you can't find somebody else? And like I said, what if I'm not that attractive, and I don't know how long it's gonna be before I find somebody. And it's like you're kind of used to getting sex all the time and stuff like that. You come home, you can fuck whatever you want to, basically. You got in-house pussy, basically. You know, especially if it's really good too. It's hey, listen, I get it, I completely get it. Like, it's not always the easy thing walking away from some good pussy. I mean, I ain't gonna lie about it. It's true. Like, I'm just being 100. And then like I said, you start to wonder, like, dang, is she gonna just move on? And like I said, it's an 80-90% chance she would just say, I don't want to work on myself. I don't want to look at myself. I'd rather just find somebody else that won't complain, that won't hold me accountable, that lets me do what I want, and just say fuck it and leave. That's how dating is nowadays, because it's like this modern world has made men so disposable, and with all the simps out there without any standards or morals, or you know um these kind of men don't hold women accountable. They just kind of worship them because they have a vagina. And that's the modern male for you. He's just like, oh. And like I said, I have no problem with women. I love women. I mean, what would life be like without women? I'm not, again, I gotta make this disclaimer. I'm not MGTOW. I'm not red pill. I did go through that phase though. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did go through a phase when I was just angry and mad and bitter, and I did kind of have a hatred for women. I went through that. They call it red pill rage. I went through that, and that was only because I was just hurt and angry, because I felt like women are just heartless. They don't have a heart like men do. So I went through a stage where I was truly angry, and had a hatred for women, and not like I didn't hate them just to hate them. I just hated them in the sense of, when I think of a woman, it was like pain comes to mind. It wasn't. It's just most of my experiences were very painful. You know, and so that's where that kind of anger. But then I kind of grew out of that, and from that into trying to understand why these things happen the way that they do, why I'm going through it, and then I started the journey of trying to change it, which comes with looking at myself, and all that, uh, you know, finding out what makes me happy, not simply solely focusing on the woman, focusing on myself, and all that stuff that comes with that whole journey. And that's what I'm doing right now. And it's a continuous thing. Basically completely designing my life to where somehow I'm able to create my life to where I'm happy, and I don't feel like I need a woman in my life. But if she comes along, then it's like a compliment to her life. And that's where really all this kind of, you know even with the whole RV living thing, it was like, that would make me happy. Traveling, seeing new things, trying new things. That's an exciting life. That's where I kind of got on this whole, because before I did feel like, once I realized that I was relying so much on a woman to make me happy, and I just need a relationship. I was like, well, how do I make my life feel like I don't need to, be with a woman, to feel complete in my life? Because that's kind of like what I was kind of taught. It was just like, you find a woman, I mean, you get a job, you find a woman, y'all, what I'm saying, that, and that's your life. And that's where your whole sense of, value and worth comes from, is this relationship and this woman, because that's the main goal, right? Well, I'm like, well, why do I feel like I need one that bad? I want to feel like extremely happy and fulfilled and excited about life, whether this woman's here or not. I want that. I want that feeling. I want that level of awareness. I want that state of being. I still want a woman, and I still actually want a family too, but I don't want to feel like I need to have it to be complete, you know. So that's what this is all about. This is really that's my story basically. That's pretty much what I'm basically been in the process of manifesting, and it's taking longer than what I thought it would, but I'm still doing it though, you know. But you know, I'm determined to find a way to um, make this life a reality. I'm just starting to realize so many different parallels in my family. Like I feel like the nomadic spirit maybe exists in my family. They just they can never really seem how to bring it all together and kind of make it happen. My grandfather had a camper. I think my dad did too, but they never really, not to that know of at least, like actually really went out and went camping in it. Now I don't know if they were into camping and traveling and stuff like that or not, but even if they weren't, I look at it as kind of like symbolic, where I feel like I'm supposed to like figure this out. Like this is the kind of lifestyle that I'm kind of meant to live, but I got to figure it out though. I got to figure out how to actually make it happen. Meaning like money and basically monetary. I got to figure out how to monetarily support myself. But that's basically so. Anyway, I got way off topic, but yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that. It's extremely important, and I definitely believe that it's extremely important to be happy in your own life, and because I tell you what, man, like these women nowadays, man, it's a whole different ball game, man. Like I said, I went through that whole anger hatred phase, but now I'm just trying to understand it, and this is why I'm not even about bashing women anymore. Now I do get triggered sometimes, and every now and then I will have a flashback of when certain things happen, but ultimately I have no hatred at all towards any woman. I don't, I said I very much love and respect women. It's just, man, it's just bad today. I just see a lot of messed up stuff going on, and like I said, I understand that everyone doesn't think like me and see the world exactly as I do. I completely understand that. I'm not saying that that's what I'm trying to do, I'm not saying that people should see things exactly the way I do. It's just like, damn, man, but can we at least just learn how to respect each other more? You know what I'm saying? Just leave each other with some more dignity. I don't think that's asking too much. Respect and dignity and some empathy. Forget that, not to forget that men are humans too. Men have feelings just like y'all do. You know, you can't be afraid to walk away, man. Because if you're afraid to walk away from a woman or a person, if you're a woman that is has gotten comfortable disrespecting you, man, one thing that I know about dating is, man, once a woman shows me that she doesn't respect me, bro, I'm done. I'm done, because a woman that doesn't respect a man will do some of the most diabolical, I mean, just low down, dirty type of shit when she doesn't respect the man. That's how serious it is, man. That's how serious walking away from, when someone disrespects you. Because if you don't, she's going to know that you don't respect yourself if you allow her to continue to treat you like that and stay in your life. She going to see that and go, oh, wow, this guy, he don't respect himself. he doesn't think too highly of himself to allow me to treat him like this. And then she's gonna treat you worse because she's gonna see how little value and respect you have for yourself, and that's gonna make her disrespect you more and more and more, and respect you less and less and less. Well, that's the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. People don't realize how powerful just when someone disrespects you, what they really saying. You know, I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how nice her ass is. I don't care how big them titties are. I don't care how good the pussy is. Listen, you can't respect me. You might as well just keep on fucking walking. You might as well just move the fuck on. You might as well just go ahead and find you somebody else, because listen, I'd rather find out she ain't shit now. I'd rather hurt now, find out she ain't shit, than be in a relationship with somebody who ain't shit, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, just to find out that whole entire time you wasn't shit. Fuck around and have a whole family with somebody just to find out that these kids ain't even yours. It's going to be a lot worse if you stay with someone a bunch of time, just to find out it wasn't worth shit the entire time. I'd rather find out now. I'd rather find the fuck out now. So I can just say you might as well get the fuck on through, bitch. You disrespect me, we done. We done. Ain't nothing to talk about. Especially if you on a higher frequency too. If you do that on a higher frequency, that's even worse, because you're supposed to understand universal principles and codes and laws. Like, you get what you give. What you put out, you shall receive. You supposed to know better. And you gonna treat somebody like that? Especially like that is way worse, because you understand that everything you get from that point forward, you basically did to yourself. So if you understand that and you still do it, then you just a fucking lost soul. These are some of the worst people you'll ever meet, because they refuse to be accountable to themselves. They cannot do it. These souls will refuse to take an honest look at themselves. So what happens is they end up trying to just throw everything on you, blaming everything on you. But when you know that I know that anything you do to me, you're just doing to yourself. If you're truly trying to grow and evolve into truly to that extent, then this shit wouldn't even have happened. The very fact that this shit happened lets me know that you were never what you claim to be. I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but the fact that this shit happened the way that it did lets me know that some people are really, really good chameleons, and it's really fucking sad, because it's like some people are like multiple people in one person. That's how crazy this shit is now. Motherfuckers be coming in, coming out. Demons be coming into and out of people. Different versions of them. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you really can't trust nobody but yourself. Mojo, what is the problem, man? What? You wanna come up here? Okay, okay. Come here. Over here. Over here. You going outside? What? You already ate. You going outside? What you wanna do? That's my mojo. Love that dog. Love that dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. But anyway, so yeah, it's hard to know who you can trust. But man, all I know is my higher self will not allow me to deal with that kind of person anymore. They were slowly draining my life force. You know, I feel like I'm slowly getting it back, but so much of my life force and creative, I guess you can say, juices were being siphoned off from that person. I feel so. I feel like I'm getting back every day. I'm getting stronger, oracally speaking, but you know, I'm still weak from that whole interaction. I mean, honest, but you know, it is what it is. Some people are just very, very low vibrational, and I hate saying that because it sounds kind of dumb in a way, but I don't know how else to describe it. You know, I don't even like calling people that because I'm kind of being a hypocrite because I don't like people calling me that. I don't even want to call it low vibration. Some people are just hold on. I just want to say, I was about to say, I know for a fact that this person sometimes still watches my channel, and I feel like at least one or two other people um, be kind of spying on me on this channel. It's just a feeling. I could be wrong, but I know she does, and I feel like one or two other people be doing that too. Um, but again, I could be wrong. I could be just imagining that. So who the hell knows? But anyway, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, I just had to get to the point to where my higher self will not allow me to put myself through that anymore. And I feel like I had built enough self love in myself and for myself where I respected myself enough to where I wouldn't allow people to treat me like that, make me feel like that no more. That's basically what self love is. It's even though I don't want to walk away, even though I don't want to be alone, the love that I have for myself, my spirit, my soul, um, my higher self is not going to allow me to keep dealing with this, because I don't deserve it. And when you know you don't deserve something, then that's where you find the strength to, get up out of there, in that experience, And I love this person very much. Mojo, back up. Back. 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 Thank you. Come on. So yeah, that's where you find the strength to, you know, you know, in that relationship and not go back, It's just like, man, if this person can treat me like this, then what am I really? What am I really dealing with here? What kind of being is this? Like, this is not the person I thought they were. This is someone completely different. And then you wake up and then you realize you've been dating a mental version of this person, a completely different version of them in your head. You've been dating someone else that doesn't actually exist in this space and time. How does that happen? I don't fucking know, but it did. It fucking, I mean, clearly it did. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. This ain't my fucking, you know what I'm saying, soulmate or whatever the fuck you want to call it. In my mind, she was, but not in this reality. So anyway, that's the video. Respect yourself enough to, we gotta vet these women and really pay attention when they give us red flags. Just really respect and love yourself enough to simply just walk away. Even if, you don't want to, even if the pussy's just good, even if, you don't think you could find nobody else. Look, there's somebody out there for you that you actually want back to. There's someone out there that wants you that you also want. Don't think that you gotta just take what you can get. No. There's someone out there that you want that also wants you. They out there. Okay? So even if you don't know, still leave, because if you don't leave and she realizes you don't respect you, and once she sees that you don't respect yourself enough to leave and allow her to keep doing that to you and you're gonna stay, once she realizes that, once she really realizes that you don't respect yourself, oh, she about to show her ass. Because that's gonna bring out this other side of her where she just stopped giving a fuck. She might feel bad a little bit, but then eventually she's gonna just do it. She's gonna get so desensitized to her own fucked up bullshit that it's gonna get easier and easier for her to do worse and worse stuff to you without feeling any remorse at all. And that's how it goes when you don't, because when you walk away, you're basically essentially saying, I value myself. I know I don't deserve this. I value and respect myself. And if you can't get right, then you got to get the hell on through. You gotta go. I don't give a fuck. If that's how you're gonna act, fuck this shit. You nothing. And that's basically what you're saying. You're making a statement. And when you do it, you gotta mean it. You gotta stand on business. Because if you do it and you backtrack, it's like, oh, he ain't serious. He just, nah. I said what I said and I meant what I said. I will not tolerate that bullshit. I don't expect you to tolerate bullshit from me. And if I'm trying to reach my higher self and become better, a better human being, a better person, and treat you with as much respect and dignity as you deserve, then I damn sure better demand the same thing back. And if you're not willing to give me the same thing that you're demanding from me, then what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck am I doing? So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Till next time, be easy.